Welcome to another episode of Plain and Simple Travels. Before we get into this episode, I thought I'd throw in a couple of shots that we took last year when we went to Boolboonda Tunnel, which is the largest man-made unsupported tunnel in Queensland, an abandoned railway tunnel, and has miniature bats in it. It's 84 kilometres from Bundaberg's, and it was worth the day trip out to see it and drive through it. I hope you enjoy this episode. Well, it was a big trip this morning. 20 minutes down the road, we're at Vegara Beach. That's the surf club there. And the beach. Over there, we'll have a look later, there's actually this wall that goes forever. Not ever. A very long wall. Made out of these black rocks. We're going to have a look at that later, sometime while we're here. Another nice warm day. Cold night still, but it's a nice warm day. We've arrived too early to check in for the park, so we walked up town. Quick trip to the Vegara Bakehouse. Pie and a coffee. Nicest pie I've had this trip. If you like lots of pastry in your pies, it's the place to come. Wouldn't the world be a better place if there were more signs like this around? So we're at the Big 4 Bargara Beach. Into a caravan park. You can only get unpowered, but that's okay. Got to catch up on some washing. Quite a nice park, but holy shit, is it busy. I think because all the borders are shut, people can either not get home or can't be bothered going home because they won't be able to get back here again. A lot of Victorians. Yeah, it is very, very busy. So the park's right opposite the surf club. There's parklands. There's skateboard park over there. Further on, I think there's a area where you can exercise dogs off the leash. Big park. Looks like nice new amenities box over there, but that's the other end from where we're staying, down in the unpowered section.
So this is the unpowered section. Probably got more room up here than down in the powered. We've got quite a good spot. There's caravan roofs as far as you can see. Bike track, walking track from the Caravan Park down to the Maryborough Turtle Centre. Last time we were here it wasn't open. Probably not open this time either because it's not turtle season. Apparently that's November to April. We'll go and have a look anyway. This used to show up on wikicamps as a caravan park that took only groups. There's one caravan in there, but I don't know what it is now. Called Turtle Sands, open for group bookings. Not very open. Well, there you go. The centre's open. It's open from 9 to 12. And it's 2 minutes past 3. So it's shut. So this is the beach down off the Turtle Centre. This apparently is where the turtles come in to breed. It's now between October and April. Just in case she falls in, I'll just keep this going. Close. Oh. Ah, she made it. There used to be a sign here somewhere that told the history of this wall, but the sign's gone. I'll just have to make it up. This is the start of the wall, built by the Kanakas, or the islanders that were brought into Australia as slaves to cut the cane. You can see the wall. And it's on this side of the road into the Turtle Research Centre, and on the other side it just goes for ages. Bloody lot of rocks in there. There's still a lot of rocks down on the beach too, so they could have gone they could have gone further. Yeah, I'll try and find out what the story is. It's a bloody solid wall. It's been here for a long time. So the wall comes all the way down here to the road, and obviously it's been knocked down to put the road in. And then for as far as you can see, up through the bushes, continues.
The rock wall at Maryborough was constructed around 1884 using South Sea Islander labour. The rocks forming the wall were dragged from the land in preparation for planting cane. The wall is 1,580 metres long. It averages about 1.4 metres in height, and it's about 1.2 metres wide. And it was built along the boundary line of the Maryborough estate.
Thanks, Vic.
That's all right.
So it must be kangaroo dinner time. So apparently we're getting attacked by mosquitoes, so we're in a hurry to get home. Huh? So we're wall-to-wall caravans. God only knows how many sites they got in here. Most of the plates are Victorian, South Australian. Nice and good. This just looks so good, I've got to show you. On the weather, 180 degrees. Look at that. Baked vegetables, baked mushrooms. Yum. Those potatoes are going to be so crispy. Potatoes, pumpkin, onion, mushrooms, other veggies inside, steaming. Yum. We're riding along the Vegara foreshores, coming up to a rock pool. Can't remember the name of it. It was a nice spot last time we were here.
This is the basin at Bargara. It was built by the South Sea Islanders that were brought here to work on the farms, and they built it so that the swimmers would have somewhere safe to swim without being eaten by sharks.
We're about 1 kilometre north of the Turtle Centre. I think it was called Hoy's Beach. Man, what an idyllic location. Big blocks, big houses, your own private beach. So this is called Oaks Beach, not Hoy's Beach as I thought. Oaks Beach, 6.37 kilometres back to the Caravan Park according to the sign over there. And if we keep riding along this path we'll eventually get to Burnett Heads. But I think we've come far enough. Beautiful houses right on the edge of the coast. Well, I made it on my own to Burnett Heads. This is the south side of the entry to the Burnett River, which is the same river we were camped beside 2 nights ago at the Wiper Scout Camp. From memory, it's a fairly big harbour in there. We were here a couple of years ago. I'm thinking I've still got some photos. If I do, I'll share them. If I can't find them, then I won't. But yeah, a bit windy now. So here's a hot tip. If you're given a combination to get out of the boom gate, don't let your wife throw the combination out before you leave. Otherwise you won't get out the gate. A couple of hours down the road from Vegara, we're in Maryborough and we're at the Dune Villa self-contained RV park. It's next to the soccer fields and it's next to the airport, but we haven't heard a plane yet. Very nice and flat. Got to be self-contained. $10 a night, but there are toilets and showers apparently over there. Right in the centre of town. Pretty windy, but nice enough for a night or two. Never really spent any time in Maryborough, only driven through on the way to Fraser. So we're looking forward to having a look around.
This is Point Lookout and we're looking at the Mary River in Maryborough.
This is the Gallipoli Memorial at Maryborough.
April 25,
In the background there's a recording of the story of Gallipoli playing,
assembled in the Aegean Sea of the Gallipoli Peninsula.
plus some monuments.
Across the peninsula and controlled without war.
And along that path there's speakers set out like every 20 metres, and they play the sound of marching feet. And it starts off at the first speaker, then moves to the second speaker, and man, quite moving.
In that now historic chart. He was in the first place, along with strong.
Beautiful area.
It is a peculiar experience and one of extreme suspense to be perched on a small boat on shore, not knowing the size of the force opposed to you.
On that hostile shore, the approaching forces were being watched. Captain Philippe of the Turkish 27th Regiment was looking out to sea from attached to number 3 platoon Jim Boston.
So this massive piece of rock here has been shipped out from the cliffs of Gallipoli. And this sand in here is off the beach. Oh, this is amazing. Hopefully you can hear the boots as we walk along the path. A bit faster to keep up. Bloody amazing.
I just happened to mention to the two men who were with me, "Oh, I seem to be in today. We'll see this through, all right." But I know that if a man saw that day through, he was right. And about 10 minutes later, one burst right over the top of us. One went to the door.
Maryborough, birthplace E.L. Travers, creator of Mary Poppins. This statue was unveiled on the 9th of August 2005, the 100th anniversary of the birth of E.L. Travers.
And check out the traffic lights. I'll see if I can get it. Crossing lights. And when it's green, she puts her umbrella up. So this is called the Wharf RV Park. Down near the wharf. Looks pretty busy and pretty tight, but it looks like it's got power. Must have water as well. Probably only room for 10 motorhomes and vans. There's a laundromat, restaurants, right in the centre of town.
Well, that's all for this episode. Tomorrow we move on to Rainbow Beach and some of the absolute best times of our holiday so far. So you better watch it just subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, so don't miss it.